even if you're married, you don't have like a joint credit score, joint credit profile. So what that means is if there's a card that has an $800 sign-up bonus, one of you can sign up and then you hit that bonus, and then the other one can sign up and hit the bonus, and you can double up on those huge bonuses.
For our FinTech Spotlight segment this month, we are featuring our partner CashFreely, an app that is all about helping people earn the most amount of cash back in the least amount of time. I've invited the founder of CashFreely, Zach Hood, on the show today to tell us more about how their tool can help us get more cash back from our everyday purchases. And we're also going to discuss how this strategy can actually help us fight inflation. Welcome to the show, Zach.
Thanks, Andy. Great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for being here. Nobody likes inflation, so let's fight it, right? Credit cards seem to be a good way to do that, obviously with the cash back. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but I want to make sure that I'm all about the caveat, man. I want to make sure people are being safe with credit cards, and I know that they can ruin a lot of people financially if they use them improperly. So how can we use credit cards to, I guess, harness for the power of good?
Absolutely. So I think number one, to realize it can be harnessed for the power of good. And if you have a good credit score, there's no better way really to use it other than getting a good mortgage or car loan or something. The next best thing is getting a really great credit card that earns you a lot of cash back. So the big caveat is make sure you're trustworthy of yourself in terms of how much you're going to spend, and then know how the credit card works, that you've got to pay it off on time. If you do that, you're going to avoid any extra bank fees, late fees, interest fees, anything like that. So for most people, it's pretty much saying like treat it like a debit card, except at the end of the month, all that money comes out of your bank then instead of with each purchase. So it's really, do you trust yourself to do this? And can you be responsible with it? And if you can, it's really something you need to do to maximize your everyday spending.
Got it. Yeah. So people who are going to maybe take advantage of this cash back on credit cards, if they are carrying a balance every month and maybe not really keeping in control of their budget, this isn't for them. Is that right?
Definitely not. I mean, it quickly becomes a negative impact if you're carrying a balance, first for your credit score, and then two, for just the actual earning of it. It's going to go negative for paying interest on those balances. Yeah, I saw my brother do this firsthand when I was in college, and he was out of college. He's older than me, and saw it as money he could spend without actually having the money to pay for it. So I saw how bad that was for him. And it's definitely something you need to keep in mind, that if you don't trust yourself to pay on time, then it's not going to be worth it at all. So it's an easy black and white, run away from this if you don't trust yourself.
Okay. I like to put that caveat out there beforehand, Zach, just because I know how difficult credit card debt can be for people. But for people who have control of it and live on a budget and they know where their money's going and they pay it off every month. Sometimes I even pay mine off weekly just to keep myself, on task to know how much is actually out of my account. Just so, okay. So now that we've disclaimed that a ton, let's talk about how cashback credit cards can actually help us fight inflation.
Sure. So on the most basic level, it's just free money that you can earn on your regular expenses. And so if you're putting money on a debit card or something like that, that's not earning any cash back, then you're missing the opportunity. So the fees that come with using a credit card are all paid by the store and the merchant on your behalf. So it's not anything extra you're going to be paying. In fact, you might be paying that surcharge by the actual prices. So the debit card is hurting you. But in terms of the cash back, it's all over the place with promotions, advertisements of earning X percentage on different purchases, sometimes more in specific categories. But you got to think about what are all the expenses that you can put on a credit card, and consider putting all of those on a card that earns a lot of cash back. And you're going to start to actually earn money on those expenses. Even taxes are possible to use a credit card to earn cash back. But it's all about just earning easy money, and it's also tax free. So you don't have to pay taxes on the cash back you earn, the sign-up bonuses, or the everyday expenses that you're racking up every month. And so that's a good way to combat higher prices or normal prices. It's always good practice.
Yeah, I love that. Talk more about the sign up bonuses, because I know that could be the most lucrative part of this deal. I love my 1.5% cash back or my 2% cash back cards that I use, but those sign up bonuses, they can really make a difference, right?
Yes, and that's something we kind of have a different angle on. So I don't know if it's because the bigger corporate sites have to promote certain cards or ones that are only specifically marketed as cash back, but there are so many cards out there that have a sign up bonus. Basically, the normal offer is like spend X amount of money, $2, $3, $4,000 in the first 3 months, and then we'll give you X amount cash back, say $500, something like that. Normally, the cash back cards that are rated as great offers on the big sites are like $150, $200, and to the average person, that sure that looks great, just free $150, $200, but there's a lot of other cashback options out there that people actually don't know. And we call them like secret cashback cards because a few of them are actually marketed as travel cards that earn points, but you can cash out those points with a click of a button at 1 cent per point. And so it equates to cashback. And so that's where the sign up bonuses get really fun, really interesting, really fast because like the top cards we recommend are not $150, $200 sign up bonuses. They're $800, $750, $600. And just your regular monthly spending can hit those bonuses. And so if you look at your effective cashback rate on some of these sign up bonuses for those 3 months while you're putting regular bills on that card, you can get an effective cashback earning rate of 20% cashback on all your spending.
Wow.
That is way better than 1.5%, 2%, right? So it's really important for people to realize the sign up bonuses are a big deal, but it's also something you don't think about that much because they're just all over the place. Sometimes they're not very good. Sometimes they're just too much marketing, salesy stuff that you're just tuned out to. But it's really real, and the banks are competing for your loyalty and your interest and trying to win you over from other banks. So it's really important to pay attention to that.
Yeah, this could be thousands of dollars for people. Is that right? What's the typical savings or cash back that a CashFreely user gets back in a year?
Yeah, so it kind of depends on your situation. If you have pretty good credit and you spend about $1,300 a month and you're single, you could really expect about $2,000 in sign-up bonuses in a year. If there's two of you, it's even cooler because people have separate credit profiles. So even if you're married, you don't have like a joint credit score, joint credit profile. So what that means is if there's a card that has an $800 sign-up bonus, one of you can sign up and then you hit the bonus, and then the other one can sign up and hit the bonus, and you can double up on those huge bonuses. So that is really more in the realm of like $2,500, $3,000 for a couple. And then the other thing a lot of people don't realize is small business credit cards are really, really a good source of cash back. Sometimes they have really high offers. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is it's easy to be approved for small business cards if you have any kind of business, side hustle, consulting, whatever. You don't even have to have like a tax ID or EIN number. You can apply as a sole proprietorship using your social security number, and you can be approved for business cards. So if someone is single and has a business, or there's a couple with a business or two, you can see that it adds up quite a bit. It could be upwards of $4,000 or $5,000 in terms of getting big sign-up bonuses and just putting your regular everyday spending on it. And then the cool part is it's not just a one-year thing. These bonuses continue, and not only are there other cards that you can get, but a lot of these cards have rules where you can get the card every couple years, and that gets a little bit more tricky to track. But if you do those big win type things, it's a lot less effort if you're strategic compared to trying to worry about the card that gets 1.5% versus 2% versus 2.5% every time you make a purchase. So that's, I think, alongside like what people can expect to get from cash back, it's also like one of our taglines is like more cash, less stress. So it's a lot of extra savings of your own time and mental energy. And some people have the personality for like couponing and getting every little deal, no matter what the extra cost or like extra profit is. But if you just want to put a lot of this on autopilot and hit a big sign up bonus, you're going to be years ahead of the person that spends hours every week trying to earn a little bit extra, and you really don't have to do a whole lot of work yourself.
Yeah, as far as like an effective hourly rate for for spending time,
Yes,
signing up for the bonuses and getting the cash back. I mean, you're in the hundreds of dollars per hour kind of range, right?
exactly. So like
Yeah.
we've got a few articles talking about the average person that uses like a 2% cash back card, which is probably kind of standard if you have a good cash back card. That person might earn $20 to $25 a month. Whereas if you get one card with an $800 bonus, that is what, several years worth of regular cashback earning just in a couple months. So
Yeah.
very much worth your time to rethink how like the commercials and ads are telling you to think about cash back and make it your own strategy.
I love it. Well, Nicole and I went pretty hog wild on the travel credit cards probably
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 years ago. We had a big spreadsheet. We were very meticulous about it. We didn't miss any payments. We were very proud of the results. We ended up going on this Cabo trip for like it was like a $6,000 Cabo trip. And we got it for like $300. We were like super happy with the results. We're not
Yeah.
traveling as much lately, so we kind of like the cashback credit cards. And if there's any way for us to kind of fight back inflation as our income's a little lower this year, I like the cashback thing. So we used to have this spreadsheet and it was very busy. How does CashFreely and the app you have just make the process easier?
Yeah, so I hear you on the travel, and that's so much fun. Origination of Cash Freely in the app was actually from the first app I created when I was a middle school teacher called Travel Freely, and it was to help simplify the travel earning. And then during the pandemic, a lot of people started asking about cash back. A lot of these cards ended up adding like new cashback features for everyday expenses. And it just kind of ruminated in my head, like maybe there's an opportunity to help people with cashback earning, create a strategy for them to follow, and then automate the maintenance of it. So like the spreadsheet part you were doing, we can help automate that and make it pretty sophisticated and smart. So Cash Freely, for someone that's brand new and like a little bit overwhelmed by the last few minutes of what we talked about, it's meant to basically sign up, and if you have an annual fee on a card, it'll remind you of that as well and tell you what some options are. So it's meant to hold your hand through this process. It's meant to give you timely information so you don't have to just have those open loops in your head of like, okay, there's an annual fee coming up. I need to figure this out. And I actually used to use spreadsheets myself. And the big problem was I never kept it up to date. So when I would check it, it'd always be like incorrect or I wasn't sure. And so the app itself will help track and automate the details for you. And then you can always have it as a resource in terms of more info on the card, those key dates, and the app itself will create the to-do list of things to do when the time comes to do them.
I love it. And then the cost for this service, I understand it's free. Then Zach, how do you make money?
Yeah, so totally free. There's no cost. There's no premium version. There's no like VIP group or anything. And there are no ads because I hate ads and pop-ups and all that stuff. But the way we earn money is through the affiliate links for credit card signups. And a couple things on that is we're a really small team. So it's not a big corporate bureaucracy of like having to make certain quotas or whatever. So we don't need to earn that much money. So we can use the credit card links to earn the money to support the app and to support the site. And that said, my promise is to always post the best offer, regardless of if we have affiliate links. So some of the cards we recommend, we have affiliate links and can earn a commission. Some of the links that we recommend, we have no way to get those links. And some of them are in place of affiliate links because there's just a better public offer out there. And that's part of this hobby as well, if you will, is that there are different tricks people know to find better offers than what those big corporate sites are pushing in front of you or even the bank itself. So we're always going to find those offers and let you in on those. And especially if there's like an extra additional part to it. So like right now, a couple of the good cashback cards, our affiliate link doesn't have this extra bonus to it. And the link that we found has an additional 5% on groceries. And so we're posting that one so that people can benefit from that. And I think, unlike the corporate sites, we don't need to earn a commission on every card. So we can do that. And then part of the goal is to earn your trust and get excited about earning all this cash back and stick around and tell your friends. And we'll be just fine if you don't get the first or second card through us, but maybe the next one. We do have the affiliate link and can earn a commission. That's great.
I love it, Zach. Yeah, we're all about offering free resources to our audience that are helpful, and I'm glad you found a way to make it work as a business for you as well. And that way we know it's going to stick around, because we want to make sure it works for you too, Zach. So it continues to be a good resource. If you guys are interested in checking out Cash Freely, go to marriagekidsandmoney.com/cash freely. That's marriagekidsandmoney.com/cash freely. I'm working as an affiliate as well with Zach to promote this and keep my business running as well. So we figured this is a great resource for people who are interested in cashback credit cards. Maybe that person who's been using their debit card, and maybe they, got really into Dave Ramsey for a really long time, and they never go over their budget ever, like I did for a while, and I eventually switched to
Hmm.
credit cards to earn the cash back. Maybe maybe this is a good opportunity for you. If not, no big deal. It's all good. Do what works best for you. But if you guys are interested, check it out, marriagekidsandmoney.com/cash freely. Zach, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, Andy. I really appreciate it, and hope we get a lot of good cash back earning going over the next several years for everybody.
Absolutely. Let's flow the money to the people. Absolutely. Very cool, Zach. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy.